Hey, Ingo. Good morning, welcome. Yeah, hey, we're working on like some poster art. Actually, yesterday I showed how to get started with it. If you're like an Illustrator user, like from scratch. So if you go back and watch the video, it's this one requires like no drawing skills either. It's Google image search, and then on top of that, you sort of build out your lines and everything. We're going to be finishing this one today. We just have to do like some color work and a little bit of like texturing stuff. And then this is the previous one we did. But we'll probably, so we're going to wrap this one up today, and then we're going to start a new one. So I normally don't stream on Sundays, but I was up, so here we are. I usually use CMYK, though I don't know what I did here. Let's see. Yeah, CMYK. Normally when I set my Illustrator stuff up, I have it in like a color mode that the printer would like, you know, regardless of whether I'm going to print it or not. You wind up with like colors that are more dull, but you don't lose any, you know, you never have to convert it over, so you don't really lose anything. It's cool, the logo is like asymmetrical. Like the R, this bar over here is wider than... Interesting. I didn't know that. So let's see, we'll call this one Barb. Caps lock. There we go. Yeah, like when I picked out all the colors, I went to like the far end of the scale. I was really trying to make them like as vibrant as I could. Most of them were eyedroppered from like this poster style from other, like all the other examples I found. So I've compiled like a list of all the like the most commonly used colors for this particular style of art. And then inside each one of them, I boosted like as much as I could, like the intensity of the color. So like this list was, you know, it was mostly eyedroppered, but then I curated it quite a bit just to make sure they were as bright as I could get them. Oh, find it hard to use color. Like just hard to use CMYK in general. Oh hey, I have a link to the swatches. Hold on. Yeah, I can give these to you. Let's see. Oh, I gotta go to my... Yeah, I don't know if you were here yesterday when I did that. Let's see. I can remember what I called them. Here, we'll do it again. So I'm gonna go to save swatch library as Illustrator. You'll probably get like this whole file. So let's go to Google Drive. Barb art swatches. Okay. I swear it was just there. I didn't see that. I'm there. That's where I am. Do I not see that? Right, let me check out your link. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. I guess I'll just make a new... Let's see. It's probably going to say it's already running. It's weird. Alright, so whenever that decides to save, post a link for it. I don't know what happened there. Hey, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it just showed up. That's really strange. Maybe I didn't have my Google Drive sharing on or something. So here. It's like Google Drive does that. There you go. There's a link for it. Oh yeah, so global colors. Let's go ahead and do an example with these three here. Lowell, good morning. Thank you for the follow. Walter says hello. Okay, so we've got like 3 colors. We're going to turn these into globals. And what that means, what a global color is let's say I wanted to change, like, I don't know, let's find a blue or something. Like one of these oranges maybe, I don't know. Something that's easy to see. We double click it, so you'll notice all my swatches have got this little arrow underneath them. This little white corner. We double click the color, bring it up, you'll see it says global. I'll turn your preview on, and any changes we make to this global color is going to affect everything in the art that's using that color. So if we wanted to make this more yellow, let's make it obvious here. Make it like... So if we switch the color to something else, you'll notice everything that uses that color gets affected. So regardless of whether that color is used in a gradient or a background pattern or like, you know, just a foreground fill like these are, changing the global will change it everywhere. So your gradient's now going to be like, you know, blue to green or whatever the other part of it is. And to create these like quickly, what I normally do is set up like a group of colors that I eyedropper from. Like, you probably do this already, but you'll have like a couple boxes up here with like some colors that you're using. So when you want to fill this in, you just like eyedropper that and it's filled in that color. What I normally do to start out is I grab, like, I'll set it up like that. Like, here's my 3. Let's organize them maybe how you've got them. Hey, salsa. Here we go. So, you know, you're probably doing something like this. To turn those into globals, just drag them over to here. Oh, no, don't do that. Select them and hit the new folder, new color group. And it'll ask you, you know, to name it, so call it whatever. And by default, it's going to make them globals. So you just hit OK. And it'll create a new folder and then add these 3 into that folder and make them globals. So if we wanted to change like this blue, like, hey, we want like a brighter blue maybe, you can double click it. Turn the preview on. Adjust it. So all your color management is done like from this panel. And because you're using globals, it's easy to just go ahead and change them, you know, last minute. So, you know, maybe near the end we're like, you know, this is like a really weird pink, let's change that. And so you could just find the pink, double click it, turn your preview on, and we'll like slide this. It's to be more. So you see what it does. It changes that everywhere, like even over here. I always global my colors. There's really no reason not to, unless you're using just like a ton of different colors. Yeah, I mean, the only reason not to would be if you have so many, like if you're just kind of still building your palette out. I try and limit, you know, like the colors I work with, like, I don't know, like 5 usually. It depends what I'm doing though. I'd say yes, always global, but it depends. Yeah. So, and if you throw them away, these will just revert back to just CMYK or RGB or whatever you've got. But if we don't throw them away, like still have them over here, and select it. You'll look at color, and you'll see it's like, this is what would be called a spot color, where you only have one slider on it. And you can always convert them back, like throwing them away from swatch panel is the same as converting them back into CMYK. So these two are still like spot, and this one I converted.